Season 2 Mobius release notes. Season 2 Mobius is almost upon us. The notification will introduce you to various elements available from the start of Season 2. Season 2 period will be after 1129 maintenance, but before the February 1st of 2023 maintenance. Consoles will start on 11:30 at 5 p.m. PST and before February 1st of 2023. The period may change due to circumstances. The newest unit, New Gundam. It's with an NU, New Gundam. New Gundam joins the fray in Season 2 Mobius, a unit made for mid-range combat, specializing in shooting with its beam rifle, main weapon, and fit and funnel active skill. You can read the Season 2 Mobius balance patch notifications for more details. Since we're on that, let me just click over. Let's go over New Gundam stuff real quick since we brought it up. New Gundam, specializing in medium-range combat. This unit is a shooting unit with a high ability to take out final blows by combining its main weapon with the fin funnel active skill. I feel like I read that. That was weird. Me reading that felt weird. It's like, this is a shooting unit with a high ability to take out final blows. Okay. Beam rifle. Lost in translation. Making fun of language is one of my favorite pastimes. Beam rifle, main weapon. A general semi-automatic range weapon that excels in medium-range firefights. It has a large total number of bullets. Okay. Making it easy to inflict continuous damage. All right. Okay. Fin funnel active skill. Mordaka, exactly. You're curious how the meta unit will be. Yeah, me too. I think he will be, or this unit will be a great pairing with Unicorn. When we watched the exhibition match for Season 2 yesterday, that's what I saw. I saw Unicorn and New Gundam just like wrecking house because they both have fin funnels. Fin funnel, for those that don't know, are basically a remote attack. So a remote attack that sends the fin funnel shooting an enemy unit. This assumes you know what a fin funnel is. Fin funnel are these little things that are attached to the mobile suits in the mobile suit universe, where like they come out and they float independently and they have their own like boosting gravity thing and they operate like a gravital field around whatever unit they're part of. Fin funnels have been a thing dubbed fin funnel to me recently, but if you are like me and you watch Gundam Wing, I think it was, I believe it was Mercury. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm not fact checking at all right now. But one of the prototype mobile suits in Gundam Wing, for those who remember, had the ability to erect shields around them. And that's an idea of what the fin funnel stuff is. It's just, it seems like years later, they just like, they moved away from the thing that looked like a mine, a dom mine, because that's what they used to look like, to more of a sleek U-shaped style of thing. So it's basically a remote attack that sends a drone. They're basically drones in a nutshell. A remote attack that sends drones shooting at the enemy unit. And I'm assuming this symbol is the symbol for new. New Gundam can be given 1 mark every 2 times it hits an enemy. With each attack up to 2 stacks, meaning if you hit it 4 times, you get 2 stacks. And the number of fin funnels and the number of attacks increase with the number of stacks. Yeah, no, the SNES game is really good, D-Templar. I gotta figure out when I want to play some of them here on stream. New Hyper Bazooka is an active skill. When activated, the new Hyper Bazooka fires in the direction of the reticle while moving a certain distance in the interdirection. Long story short, you get a butt rocket and then you just press button and you dash and shoot at the same time. It's just basically a shot with mobility, which is really nice because it gives you an unofficial second dash. Fin funnel barrier. This is your G maneuver. For a certain period of time, the fin funnel barrier, so the drones, for the reminder for those that don't know what fin funnels are, they're basically drones around your unit, is deployed around the unit in the shape of a square weight. That is it. Okay. Looks like a triangle. Forming a barrier that prevents certain attacks. During the effect period, one fin funnel will automatically attack enemies within range. And the cooldown. Oh, okay. The word was separated. And the cooldown of the new type Hyper Bazooka will be shortened. Oh, we've not seen that part. We've seen them use their G maneuver and then just like act like a walking pyramid. Also, this is a pyramid. Is square weight a math form, like a math word? Is that what that is? Like, is that like a math thing? A square weight? And the square weights look like pyramids? SQUAREWE. I feel like pyramid is a much shorter word. Alright, I'm just being silly with that. So yeah, that's New Gundam in a nutshell. That's New Gundam in a new nutshell. Okay. Since they brought him up, I just wanted to go to him real quick. Colony Trading Post. So we get 2 new maps. Colony Trading Post. Actually, we get 1 new map. I'm sorry. My apologies. 1 map with 2 photos. This is the above ground part, and this is the below ground part. The Colony Trading Post has been added as a destruction mode map. Shutters and conveyor belts are placed around the map, altering sight lines as the match forges ahead. So it says that, but they're not as dramatic as you think. They're in like 2 specific locations that are right next to planting the bomb for what we've seen so far. I would like to be surprised, and of course, any of this information that I'm telling you is subject to change based on when the game actually gives us these maps. But from what we've noticed through watching gameplay, we've only seen the shutters in 2 specific spots. And again, that's where you're planting the bomb at. We get additional custom match features. Custom matches get more features in Season 2 Mobius. Yeah, Beast. I agree. Good morning, Beast. Good morning, everybody. The following features have been added to make custom matches even more enjoyable. Spectate. Feature letting you enjoy custom matches as a spectator. You can change the number of spectators in room setting. And coach. Set a coach to each team, letting them watch from each team member's perspective during the game. You can toggle your coach slot in the room settings. Timeout. This feature lets players pause the game during custom matches. Activate this room setting to use this feature from the options menu, and toggle room ID display. Show or hide the room ID displayed on the room screen. Custom matches are only available on PC in Season 2. Please wait for updates regarding implementation on console. Before we move on, I am curious and concerned because as someone who really likes spectator modes, I'm curious because I don't understand why one would separate spectator and coach, or I understand what coach is saying it is, but I don't understand why it needs to be an extra slot. Because if you can only in current games, spectator allows you to do both. So in current games, spectator mode is a mode where you can view both sides from an aerial perspective, and you can click on the player and view them from their point of view. Coach is saying it's restricted to each side, and you can view it from their player perspective. So does that mean that in spectator mode, I can't view the game from the player perspective? You know, like that's just me. Maybe it's just I don't have enough words to. Because in some games, they have a spectator mode, but they are not very developed in comparison to other games. Let me check over chat. information. Everyone, I guess. Coach can probably talk to the team specific. Yeah, but what's up, Zan? But I mean, like that's what Discord's for, you know? Like, so like, I don't. What I'm getting at is like, I don't understand why. First, through the lack of information, does that mean in spectator mode I can't again view from the player perspective? Because that would be very difficult if I'm, say, hosting a event, and it's nice to have those two modes where you can see the aerial perspective and then you can see it from the player perspective. Those have generally been the biggest standardized features of a spectator mode. I do understand what coach is for, but like, is the ability to see from the player perspective limited to just the coach? You know, so that's really what I'm getting at. Maybe spectate would be for the audience, right? And so, right, and coach would be for the team coaches without giving right. However, as a shoutcaster or a commentator or someone who's operating the camera, like, it helps to be able to see from the player perspective, you know? So that's what I'm very curious about. I'm very curious because in the exhibition match that we watched recently, we only saw it from the player's perspective. And so it looked as if they used the Discord method, where you just capture everyone's Discord call video display, and then you just switch between those displays. I don't think we actually saw anyone in the spectator or coach slots, and they did show us what it looked like from the lobby perspective, and definitely didn't see anybody in those. I can go back and take a double look, but like we didn't see anyone in those spots. So I'd be very disappointed if when I go into the spectator mode, I can only see from the aerial perspective and we can't actually see it from the player's perspective, which is huge because sometimes there's a lot of context to have when you can see the player's cooldowns or their positioning or where they're aiming and stuff like that, instead of just always giving broad overviews. But I digress. We'll find out when it comes out.
Glory to mankind.
Well, thanks for the follow. Beautiful human being. Appreciate the follow. Thank you. So they're also introducing a change player name function. You can now change your player name from player forward info. And it looks like you'd have to spend currency to do so. Based off of this image, it says 3,160. I don't know how much that is translated into currency of our region, but yeah. I see what you're saying, because they played with Season 2 changes, and yeah, exactly, yeah. We watched the Season 2 changes, and everything was in first person. And so it was really, I wanted to see aerial view, you know? I wanted to see a switch between those two. And again, it's like, if all we can get is aerial view, then I'm okay with that, because then that just means that my commentating style will have to be one of battle positioning and strategy, which is totally okay, because the only thing I can ever see is the aerial perspective. But if we can actually get the first person player perspective, then that helps add to extra metadata, like, oh, okay, it looks like the Barbatos' ultimate is on cooldown, because we also don't know what information we'll get from the big spectator. Hopefully we'll be able to see the ultimate status and stuff like that. But I'm curious to see if the reason why and this goes back to spectator, I'm curious to see if the reason why they made spectator a generic thing could be because they're assuming that we're watching in real time, and they want to dissuade cheating. But like, I think if anyone is ever using the spectator feature, it's because they're commentating the game. You know, they're commentating the custom match that's happening. I can't really see like, hey, Jimmy, come on in here and spectate the game and then let me know what's going on in the enemy team. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really, because if that might be overthinking the feature. I think that's definitely one. I think that's overthinking the feature. And then two, it's like, well, if spectator mode allows us to see an aerial view, that's already information as it is. You might as well just give us all the other information. But I digress. Yeah. The first time is free, but subsequent changes will require Evo coins. Cool. So the balance on screen says 3,160. We don't know how many times this person has changed their name. It could be a dummy thing that they were doing. But yeah, it looks like we'll get a name changed in season 2 as well, which would be interesting. That'll be pretty cool. Maybe I want to change away from Twitch TVs to Slider Rank 10 since so many people get butthurt that I'm streaming. But that's just because they're not as handsome as we are. So that's fine. Whatever. No, we're never doing that. We're gonna always keep it twitch.tv/cyberrank10. Rank matches in season 2. So I did overview a bit of this. I did look over a bit of this in the bed when I was laying there this morning, contemplating my life's choices, and whether or not this is gonna get tossed up on YouTube, which I'm pretty sure it is. I think my format so far is we're gonna toss this up there. So thanks for watching this on YouTube. Also, all of you'll show up on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. Moddy. It's a mod. Let's get into it. So ranked matches in season 2. This is going to be a wallop and tons of emotion, so feel free to add your input. That's why I'm also keeping the channel stuff on, so that like I can get your input on stuff. Whatever you type in will show up on the screen. So if you're watching it on YouTube, it'll also show up there too. So folks will be able to comment on it and stuff as well. Rating and matchmaking adjustments. With season 2 on the horizon, we have implemented various adjustments to the rating and matchmaking system and ranked matches. Let's see what those are. Distribution of season reward titles, right? So whatever rank, long story short, whatever rank you got in season 1 will show up in a banner at the bottom of your character plate for season 2. With the start of season 2, ranks and ratings from season 1 have been reset. For PC players, we will distribute new titles to season 2, Mobius as a reward, based on your final rank results from season 1. Cool. Titles will be applied, and they look like this. Look pretty nice. So this way you'll know if you're going into a ranked match against a bunch of bronze players at the top, but last season they were all new type. You'll know. Titles will be applied at your first login during season 2. You can choose a title to set from your inventory from the title inventory title from the player tab. As mentioned previously, players who logged in during season 1 will be giving a special title separately. So like I guess you could also disable it. I would think it would be toggleable, not mandatory. What's the word I'm looking for? It would be a you don't have to have it, I guess, if you don't want it. Maybe, I don't know, but it would be nice if it was say you didn't want to put it out there, you didn't have to disable, right? Exactly, you can disable the title. Yeah. Because in League you can kind of do that too, I believe. When you queue up and it shows your ranking and all other stuff, you can turn that off. Season 2 Mobius season pass. What is a season pass? We all know what season passes are, but in Gundam Evolution, let's see if they've changed anything for season 2. All players in Gundam Evolution will have a season pass corresponding to the season. By meeting requirements such as playing matches and completing challenges, you can get season pass experience that increase your season pass level at certain intervals, offering access to various rewards based on your level. You can use Evo coins to upgrade your season pass into premium pass, offering access to extra rewards for each level. Season 2 Mobius Season Pass Premium Pass rewards include the legendary unit skin Active Resonance for new Gundam, up to 990 Evo coins, which is enough to unlock a unit, and other customization items. Evo coins which are needed to upgrade to a premium pass will become available on the console after 12/1 of 2022. Okay. Season 2 Mobius Season Pass, period. During Season 2, what was this? This was Premium Pass rewards. But these were for Season 1. Okay. Yeah, these are all for Season 1. I guess this is just telling you what type of stuff you'd get in a Season Pass. because those were all the rewards for season 1. Cool. Item sets, unit pack Mobius. So you get you unlock a unit, you get an alternate skin for the unit, you get a weapon skin, and you get a portrait. Unit pack Mobius. In this pack, you can unlock new Gundam unit and obtain customization items such as the unit skin, weapon skin, and portrait. The cost will be 1,980 Evo coins. Sales period end of 11/29 of 2022 and maintenance onward. A notice will be sent before the end date is set. Sales period end of 11/29. That's okay. Yeah, new Gundam for the new Gundam release. That's right. Does this sound right to y'all? Sales period end of the sales period starts 11/29. Oh, it starts end of May. I get what it's saying. End of maintenance. It's the wording is getting me. What's up, Zen? Fancy talk for 11 there. Basically, yeah. I'm like end of 11. The end of. Do you mean the start of? Right. 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 Okay. Content for sale. Unit unlocks. New Gundam. Okay. Unit skins. New Gundam. Another code. Unit weapon skin. New Gundam. I guess this is what it's called. Another code. There we go. So that one was really long, and so because I'm gonna toss this on YouTube, 1, I didn't want a copyright strike, and 2, it was just very long, and I'm trying to respect everyone's time watching these on YouTube. And then a portrait. Cool. And that's what the portrait looks like. Notes of attention. Unit pack Mobius includes a unit unlock. Note that if you purchase it and have already unlocked the unit, there will be no subsequent items nor points granted. See here for item set explanation notes. If you purchase an item set with a unit unlocked and receive a unit unlocked you have already obtained, you cannot receive other items or Evo coins in exchange. So does that help me understand this part real quick. Does that mean like if I have the unit, let's use Unicorn for example. If I already have Unicorn and then I buy the unit pack, I'm still spending the full price on the unit pack even though I already have the unit and they're not discounting the pack because I already own the unit? That's exactly right. Thank you. That's interesting. that is very okay. That's interesting. All right. It's new to me. Okay, that's new to me. We all know how we feel about that. Hello, I would like to buy the right shoe. I already have the left shoe. Well, it's going to be $20. Wait, shouldn't that be $10 since I already have a shoe? No, it's going to be $20. Oh. Okay. Here's the $20. Thanks. Supply pods. Moving on. Supply pods. What are supply pods? Open these to get a random custom part. You can get each type of supply pod by using a specific in-game currency, each as Evo coins, capital, or supply pod tickets. Limited EC pods. EC pod Mobius arrives in limited EC pods at the start of Season 2. Gain access to exclusive custom items for units such as New Gundam and Sazabi. Real talk, that skin looks sick. Sales period. It starts after maintenance. But it ends, looks like it ends on the 26th of December, 27th of December. Exclusive item overview. So these are the new things that are in that pack. Unit skin, Exceed Horizon for New Gundam, Gravity Chaos for Sazabi, or Sazabi. Weapon skin, Exceed Horizon for New Gundam, and Gravity Chaos for Sazabi. Portraits, RX-93 for New Gundam, that didn't hurt, and stamps. Oh, wow, okay. So, there's only... there has to be more. I swear I saw more stuff. Unless that Barbatos one that we saw is already in the game and I just didn't notice it. Oh, there is more stuff. Okay. I'm like, there has to be more stuff. Notes of attention. Limited time items may appear again in a later sales date. So this is just the stuff that you get from using limited EC pods. And then this is EC pods. To be fair, everyone in chat, I've used this feature the least when it comes to interacting with the game. I think I used the tickets maybe 15, 20 times, and then that's been it. I haven't touched any of this other stuff, as a lot of us are just holding on to our currency. EC Pod features multiple items such as unit weapon skins, Royal Vanguard from New Gundam. Sales period, again, is it begins after maintenance, start of Season 2, until the 27th of December. Sales period may change to circumstances. Some features and items. Let's see. We got some stuff for New Gundam, weapon skins for New Gundam that correlate with the skins, and portraits. ASWG08, Gundam Barbatos. Is that up here? Yeah, it's this one right here. This one moves, which is really cool. You won't get away. And stamp image training. I think that's this right here. Yeah, that's that one over there. Player icon, New Gundam version 2. That's this over here. And MVP beam Tomahawk throw for Sazabi. Cool. Other supply pods. So these are just okay. Cap pods and ticket pods are also refreshed. So check item provision. So this is the stuff that we get when we use our tickets. The following items no longer appear in limited EC pods after 1129 update. City camo for Unicorn, weapon skin that correlates to that. RX-78 to Gundam portrait, player icons, Haro, pixel, stamps, I'll give it my best, ornaments, Haro charm. The items may reappear in the future. Material point exchange items. The Pale Rider space design unit skin will appear for Pale Rider, and the Gundam Barbatos second form unit skin will appear for Gundam Barbatos in Season 2 Mobius. So these guys get 2 new skins. Unit skin Pale Rider space design. Does he have a sword? Yeah, he has a sword. Unit skin Barbatos second form. And he gets, I think his is his shoulder pads and his arm armor. I think that's a bulk of what changed. I think it's his shoulder armor. And then Unicorn has a sword. It looks like his shoulder pads are a little bigger. Exchange period will again be at the end of season 2, at the end of season 1, starting season 2, but before what's this? February 2nd, February 1st maintenance. Period may also change due to circumstances, and they may reappear in future pods. Cool. Console version of official launch celebration. So it'll be out on PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah. Is it a booster? No, Barbatos gets new kneecaps. Is that what that is? An image in new tab. I swear these are looking a little different. But it could, I don't look at Barbatos. I don't look at him long enough. He never lets us look at him long enough to actually tell. He's so shy and elusive. Yeah, I can see the kneecap thing being a thing. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I guess. He gets a play button on his kneecaps. That's a sword. I'm never believing y'all ever again. Look at his sword. You telling me that's not a sword? Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. That's his booster. Hey, listen, I'll admit when I'm wrong, all right? I'm wrong enough to admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, that's his butt booster. Okay. I'm like, that's a sword. But it's the, I thought this was a hilt. I thought this was a hilt into the sword, and then I zoomed in and I was like, wait, why is the hilt all the way over here? It does, yeah, it really does. But then at the same time, I'm like, wait, everyone's using beam sabers. Why would we need a sword? Why would we need an old-fashioned sword? Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Alright. It's my overactive imagination at play. Let's see. Platforms will be out on PlayStation 5 and 4, and it'll be on Xbox X S, Xbox One. Event period during Season 2. Event details. There will be an in-game event to commemorate service going live for consoles. Experience points are boosted after casual and ranked matches, making it easier to gain player levels. This is just for console, right? Yeah, this is okay. We've moved into console territory. This is all console. This is console talk. Console. Okay, console. There's an in-game event to commemorate service going live for consoles. Experience points are boosted after casual and ranked matches, making it easier to gain player levels. The increased amount differs based on result items. Result item, match experience, MVP, first daily victory. So those are all of the... Oh, okay. So if you win... I don't know. Why does it say items? This is so fancy. This is too fancy for me. These patch note words are way too fancy. Conditions? Okay, right. Oh no, that's next to it. Award conditions. Okay. So if you win, you would normally gain 200, but during the event, you gain 800. If you lose or have a draw, you would normally gain 100, but during the event, you gain 400. If you are awarded MVP, you would normally get 50, but for the event, you would get 100. And first daily victory. First win of the day, you'd normally get 500, but in this, you'd get 600. Console. These are the console patch notes, Caesar. Okay? Console. These are console patch notes. New live service area for... Oh, that's it for console. Caesar, you can go. That's it for console. That's it. You can... Go ahead. He plays on console. You're done. Goodbye. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Console stuff's over now. Perfect. Okay. But it's set for PC. Where? None of that says PC. Get out of here. All right. New live service areas for PC. Now, this is for PC. This part here, excluded from this part, is for PC. So, PC, you get no new experience. You get no experience points. New service areas: India, Vietnam, Turkey, Israel, Ukraine, Puerto Rico. You have to say it like that. It's Puerto Rico. Mexico, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. Other updates. Optimize the display of portraits to make them lighter. One second. Okay. All right. Okay. Optimize the display of portraits to make them lighter. Okay. I don't... Okay. Let's see. Is it next or it should be next? Was that a sneeze? Yeah, my mom sneezed. She lit frankincense and now she's sneezing to it. So it's like, if you're allergic to frankincense, why did you light it? Moms. All right. Let's get into season 2 unit matchmaking and adjustments. I stepped away to tell her to bless you and close the door. November 30th, effective end of maintenance. Let's see. New unit introduction. We went over New Gundam a little earlier. I'm gonna skip over that. Adjustments to existing units. So, balance changes. Pelu Rider. In season 1, this was one of the top units in terms of both usage and damage in all rate bands. Of course, Pale Rider is basically like the introductory character to shooting game. So a lot of us who have played Destiny, Call of Duty, Valorant, and all those other shooter boom booms, Pale Rider would be your introductory character. The 10-minute average of damage and repair volume was 4,000 to 5,000 higher than other shooting units. And the heal volume of Pale Rider's pods was also higher. So we adjusted the main weapon, and repair pod to balance the unit with other units. Fun fact as well. So here's the best part about patch notes. The coolest part about seeing the patch notes now, while the game's still live, and then playing and waiting for season 2, basically means, hear me out, take advantage of all of these things that you're telling you right now in these patch notes. Go use them in the game and enjoy your experience until they remove them. So again, all of that they're saying in here is basically telling you, hey, right now, the 10-minute average damage and repair volume was 4,000 to 5,000 higher for other units. Go play Pale Rider and take advantage of that until they patch that. Right, yeah. So it's like, that's basically what these patch notes say, and I love that about patch notes, because they give us the information. So if they say stuff like, this unit's been outperforming every other unit in the game right now, you don't need a tier list. You know directly from the source that Pale Rider is basically on the 10-minute average of damage and repair volume, he was doing 4,000 to 5,000 higher than other shooting units. So yeah, Pale Rider, from what it looks like, is basically what, S tier. If we were doing a tier list right now, Pale Rider is up there, out damaging and out healing, like a motherfucker right now. So it's just cool. So what it looks like that they've done is they've reduced the damage by 2 points, so from 60 to 58. So we can only assume that the damage reduction from 60 to 58 over that 10-minute time period will drop this number down. Who knows? Because how many times have we seen balances and balances happen, and we get the information again 2 months later, and we read something like, well, we thought it would have lowered the damage, but it didn't, so now we have to lower it more, that type of thing. So if we know that he's doing 4,000 to 5,000, maybe he's probably still, maybe after the balance, he's doing what, 2,000 to 3,000 more than most units. But it also looked like the heal per second was nerfed from 200 to 120, which means that right now he's healing for 200 a tick. And the cooldown was put from 14 to 16. So Pale Rider's repair pod has been changed in healing value and cooldown, and the damage was reduced from 60 to 58. Zaku II ranged. Combined with the situation where the unit of incompatible units was increasing, both the usage rate and the win rate were low. Long story short, because everyone was using Pale Rider, they weren't using Zaku II. The damage per second of the Zaku machine gun, the main axis of damage, has been increased as part of the adjustment, and the ability to defeat an enemy unit at close range by continuing to hit them has been improved. But on the other hand, the magazine firepower has been reduced, making it necessary to fire at a more appropriate range than before. So they've increased his damage from 46 to 48. They've reduced the ammo from 30 to 28. So they took... It took 2 damage. I always like to think of it as like they took 2 damage from Pale Rider and they gave it to Zaku. They said, here, Pale, you're doing too much. Let's give this to Zaku. So they gave Zaku's machine gun 2 extra damage, but lowered the bullets by 2. Right, yeah. I think this is still great. Because for all of us who know very well how Zaku II Zaku II range works, you exhaust your magazine, you ult, and then you can exhaust your magazine again. So that's his bread and butter, basic as it gets, little combination that you can do with Zaku machine gun. You use your ultimate, and then you go back to Zaku machine gun again. If you didn't know that was a thing, now you know. I'd like to improve the DPS of the Zaku machine gun, but not to increase the turnover rate of the Heat Hawk Slash too much. The amount of points required to activate it have been slightly adjusted. So we need 300 more points to get his ult to 100%, is what they're saying. So basically, they just increase the amount of work you got to put in to get that ult. Yeah, I think the overall assessment with chat right now is he's still fine. If anything, him being able to do more damage is nice. And then I think ammo has never. It's kind of never been really an issue with Zaku machine gun because he reloads very fast. He has an escape, and the DPS that he's able to achieve is much faster than any other unit in the game when it comes to how his machine gun works. All right, Gundam Barbatos. Isn't Pell Rider at 28? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know if his ammo's at 28. But it could be. Unit Barbatos. Barbatos has received 100 hit points. Due to the reduced damage of the longsword, it's assumed that it takes longer to defeat an enemy, and the number of shots taken will increase, so the hit points increase. So we did look over this. The longsword direct damage has been reduced from 800 to 400. So he's got a nerf. He's got a nerf in how much he does per swing. However, they've buffed the extended range of direct hit in front. They've shortened the post-motion delay after use. And the cooldown has been reduced from 8 seconds to 7 seconds. We anticipated a basic combo that started with the Mace Smash, but made this change because most players use the longsword to engage, giving them the ability to defeat enemies in one go. We lowered the damage output and increased the direct hit range in front, and reduced both the cooldown and the post-motion delay in order to curb its burst damage, but maintain its position as a frontline engagement unit. We keep the explosiveness of the unit. We'll keep the explosiveness of the unit by adjusting the Alea Janana system. I was trying not to say something else. His ult. Long story short, his ult. Okay. His ultimate ability. All right, his ultimate ability. A downed enemy goes from disabled to instantly destroyed. Wait, that one's his ult. Yeah, right? Yeah. A downed enemy goes from disabled to instantly destroyed. Hit stop. 0.08 seconds. Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, what? I have the least amount of playtime on Barbatos. Required point to activate. Oh, they reduced the amount of points you need to activate his ultimate. Long story short, you need less points to activate his ultimate. When he does the slash, he recovers faster. And a downed enemy goes from disabled to instantly destroyed. So basically, he can just execute folks in his ult. Just like how he does with his ground slam. Which was pretty good. It was pretty cool. I think the thing I like the most about this, also two swings to do 800 damage. That's not that bad. His one swing thing, oh, he's bully. But at the same time, they expanded the range of direct hit in front. When we watched the exhibition match yesterday, that range buff, remember we saw him use it against, I think he used it against Sniper No, he used it against. I think he used it against. It's either Gundam. I think he used it against Gundam. But for him to be able to do that in the front and have a bigger range just means that he should miss a lot less. So Barbatos players will be missing their charge slam a lot less now. And they've also shortened the post-motion delay after use. So you should recover faster after you use it. Which is cool. It's very cool. Very cool. Very good. So buff. Barbatos buff. Sazabi. Beam shot rifle. Is it the F skill? Do we have to load the game up and double check? Longsword. It should be. I think this is F skill, right? Yeah, because that's Mace Smash is obviously Mace Smash. But Longsword is when he comes down. And he goes when he goes up down. Because we noticed yesterday that it went from it got 1 second cooldown reduction. So yeah, this is his when he goes up down. So he should have they shorten the post motion delay after use, meaning when he goes up down, he's able to recover faster. And they expanded the range of direct hit in front. Again, we're going off of what they wrote. So expanded the range of direct hit in front. I guess if they're in front, any ground slams, they've extended the range on that. Versus, I guess, the AoE part, because it's an AoE thing. It's an AoE thing. Direct damage hit 800 to 400. Okay. Yeah, it's an AoE. So I think that's what threw us off, because it's like in the front, but it's an AoE. So like, yeah. And I know he hits hard anyway. He does a lot of damage for a basic attack. But either way, for him to be able to execute a downed unit in his ultimate, goes disabled to instantly destroyed. Yeah, it goes from disabled to instantly destroyed. That's a buff. Him requiring less to build his ult is a buff. Them reducing the hit stop effect is a buff. The cooldown from 8 to 7 is a buff. Shortening a post motion delay after use is a buff. Expanding the range is a buff. This is his only nerf. Yeah. That's his only nerf. But I feel like that's more of a balance than anything, because all of these other things have been increased. Let's see. What we got? Sazabi. One sec, y'all. Shot spread from 4 to 3.3. Due in part to the environment of higher usage of fighting units, the usage rate, win rate, and overall results were also low. By improving the bullet collection value of the beam shot rifle, we will make adjustments to improve damage by allowing enemy units to hit multiple rounds at close and medium range before they get too close. What did I just read? Shot spread from 4. So they tighten his shot spread, is what they're saying. And it looks like it says due to the environment of higher usage of fighting units, Barbatos, Exia, melee, maybe. The win rate and overall results are also low. So I'm assuming people just aren't using Sazabi as much as they did in probably beta and other instances of the game before we had our balance patch in season 1. By improving the bullet collection value of the beam shot rifle, by tightening, is what they're saying, by tightening the shot, We will make adjustments to improve the damage by allowing enemy units to hit multiple rounds at close range, instead of there being more of a spread. Okay, all right. So they tightened his beam shot rifle. Not bad. That's a buff. That's a plus. It's definitely a plus. Most people are forgetting to reload when they use their shield. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's the thing, too. He can't reload while his shield is up. I mean, I don't think anyone can. Even with Jim, you have to drop your shield to reload. But, like, it feels so cumbersome in a way when you have your shield up and, you know, you got your shield up and you're shooting and you do blam, 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 blam. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, man, I'm all out of options. I got to reload. But, like, I can't drop my shield. Probably the best thing I could do is throw my mace momentarily. You know, so I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah. It's like, I felt like whenever I'd play Sazabi, I was just all out of options. If you only got skip animation by throw the axe, right. Methuss. Energy cable. Required points to activate from 7,800 to 9,200. Although the unit does not have major problems as a unit, especially since it just got buffed, giving it more bullets, it has a higher number of... What's this word? Has a higher number of a... Situations for a... I've never seen this word. Activations? Oh, the A's up here. Oh, the... Okay. Thoughts on patch notes so far? I'm still getting through the translation. I can't make it bigger or smaller either, by the way. They like... I feel like these were images, but they're not. I can't... What's up, LGCY? Glad to have you here. Good luck in your next tournament events or wherever you're up to. I know you're always practicing and kicking butt. No. I think our favorite notes that we've read so far have just been the Barbatos buffs. Barbatos getting 100 more hit points, and them giving just about a lot of his things either less activation time or startup time after ending, and them reducing the amount of points he needs to activate his ultimate. Yeah, I like the Barbatos stuff. It looks cool. Excited for that. Thank you, D-Templar, by the way. Although the unit does not have major problems as a unit, it had higher number of activations for a powerful G maneuver. After G maneuver, about 4.3 per 10 minutes on average. Wow, you could activate your alt about 4.3 times per 10 minutes on average? That makes sense. I can see that. Yeah. I can definitely see that. With people playing him aggressive, him having his turret out, him healing, just overall landing shots, you can build ultimate extremely fast. So we will adjust. I don't know how many of y'all out there are activating this many ults with Methuss, but it definitely shows that it's always cool, like I said, whenever we get these patch notes and stuff, because it really shows that, like, there's a certain level of gameplay that we may be playing, and there's a whole other level of gameplay that everyone else is playing. Yeah, exactly. Methuss has to actually choose who he's going to use it on. So we will adjust the number of activations to be on par with Turne's Moonbeam Butterfly. About 3. Y'all know any Turne's out there using their butterfly 3 times every 10 minutes? 3 times in 10 minutes. That's strong. Usually see 2? Yeah, I usually see 2 as well. Yeah. I usually see 2 as well. Dom Trooper. In Diamond and above rate range, it ranks 2nd in usage rate and 3rd in kill to death ratio. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people pick Dom, especially when they're playing on Japan servers and stuff like that. And to be fair, Dom's damage is so high, it does so much, it has splash, and when you're playing on a rough ping, Dom dominates. Exactly. Yeah, Dom dominates. These changes are really good, to be honest. They did so many things. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I also like they buff Zaku range's damage, which is really nice. Just scrolling up real quick. They buffed his damage from 46 to 48. Even though they lowered his clip by 2, they buffed his damage, which is really nice. I like that a lot. Yeah. So the biggest nerf that we noticed, and we noticed this yesterday, they just nerfed the gun. They just added some cooldown to it, which isn't that bad. You know, that's another idea of like, you just got to pick and choose who you use it on. I think a lot of us were like throwing it out super willy-nilly, but it could come in clutch for your Barbatos or your Exia, especially your Barbatos and Exias and stuff like that when they are hyper engaging and you're trying to keep them alive, or Dom works best when Dom's not the target. So if the enemy team is fighting Barbatos, melee Zaku, and stuff like that, he can throw that armor kit on them and keep them alive just a little longer, compared to the other support units in this game who risk their entire lives. Like, and it's a very interesting thing, like, Dom is not a support, but that makes him a support. That kind of makes, you know what I mean? Like, in the idea of like being able to have a support skill, that kind of makes him a support. It kind of makes him a big threat too. Its damage and other results are not different from those of other shooting units, but it's high hit. Plus, he has high hit points. Like, Dom is that red herring. Dom has, I believe he has what, 1200 health? Dom has high health. He does burst damage. He has a consistent laser that can do high damage. And he has an armor pack that he can throw out, and not on the floor like in other games like Torbjorn or anything like that. This guy's just like, you know, it's flat armor that degrades over time, or health that degrades over time. And he has a great G maneuver too that is probably one of the only one that adds a movement speed buff to his team when he uses it. Yeah, and the ice skating, his momentum. Let's go back to it. And G maneuvers that make it a valuable contribution to a team in areas other than damage. Right. For those that don't know, when you use Dom's G maneuver, it also adds movement speed to Dom and his team. Among them, the armor gun is especially compatible with fighting units and shield carrying units. Right. Like Sazabi, like we saw earlier in chat. It allows him to maintain the front line. And in current environments where fighting units were widely used, the armor gun has a synergistic effect. Therefore, we're adjusting the cooldown of the armor gun to reduce its performance by about 25% from Season 1, and we're modifying it so that it can no longer perform adequately unless it is more accurately given allies. Long story short, don't just use it. Use it at the right time. Long story short. I think we see a lot of people, like, you're in spawn and you're coming out of spawn and you get hit with the armor gun and you're like, okay, I guess. You know, like, you know, use it when the fight's happening, use it when a person's being targeted, use it when someone's running away and they have very low health, use it on your Exia anytime that they're dashing in, you know, those type of things. Hell, you know, the best time to use it with melee Zaku, use it when he is in his armored stance. Great time to use it. Especially when he's coming out of it, gives him some extra health. Turn A Gundam. Overhead throw. Time until grab occurs has been reduced from 0.42 seconds. Actually, it looks like it's been increased. It says down, but time until grab occurs 0.42 to 0.5 seconds. That's an increase. It was difficult to avoid when it was being done at close range, so the time until it triggers has been extended to make it easier to avoid. One strategy that a lot of folks were using was the dash grab. So they would dash in and then they would do the grab, which was a great strategy because it would catch people off guard. So my concern is, as someone playing on NA who plays on JP, that's gonna feel weird, you know? Yeah, that's gonna feel a little weird because if you want to play turn A on JP, but your home server is NA, and you know that latency is a deal, then trying to land that grab is going to be tricky. And it'll probably be a mini game in itself, which is probably the best part about playing Turn A. There's some units in this game that feel like a mini game in the game. Turn A is definitely one of them. So I guess there will be more reward of the grab than before. I don't know if the grab has actually been tweaked at any point in Turn A's lifetime. I do think I remember reading something from coming out of beta into season 1. But yeah, we all love that grab. It looks so cool too. You do the grab, you go in third person. It's like a lot of us just want to see our unit because it looks cool to see your unit. But yeah, Guntank got a buff. Multi-lock damage from 18 to 21. The damage to disable units is 30. So revising that to 21, the same as normal damage. Damage to disabled units is 30. Oh, so it will take longer to destroy a disabled unit. Adjustments will be made to enable more damage than before when many units can be targeted. Adjustments will be made to enable more damage than before. And so this is a big buff. And performance will be enhanced by switching between multi-lock and concentrated fire modes to suit the situation. Hot damn, my boy got a buff. All right, Guntank buff. Yes, this is good. Multi-lock is probably one of my favorite features of Guntank. It is so rewarding to just see everyone fighting in one spot, and then you have the high ground, and you're just holding down left click, and you're just hitting everything. It's so nice. It's so much fun, and it's so rewarding. So I'm happy to see that got a buff. Nice. Okay, here is my biggest concern, because I read this morning when I was lying in bed, and I do not believe we got what we thought we got. When comparing, I'm going to skip this. I'll get back to this in a second. The main weapon, the GM Bean Dagger, has 20 to 30% lower damage than the main weapons of other units. And adding distance attenuation to this may result in excessive adjustments. So we have decided not to make this adjustment. I'll translate. Exia has no damage fall off. Exia still has no damage fall off. Exia will still be able to headshot you from very far away for a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. We didn't get Exia damage fall off. We will still have to deal with Exia doing a lot of damage from far away. Okay. However, Exia is still number 1. However, this is a point we have received a lot of feedback on. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that they know. I'm glad they know. And we will keep an eye on it. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that they'll keep an eye on it while we all lose our eye. As one of the items to consider. Oh, that's very nice of you. Along with the implementation of reloading. So, if you're wondering what the reloading part is all about, Exia's body double, G, is a ninja in another game who playstyle is very much similar, except what makes this other character balanced in their game is they have to reload. So they do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then after 6 shots, I believe 6 shots, don't quote me on this, I haven't played the second version, they have to do this little hand animation where like they're pulling up the daggers back into their hand from their wrists. Basically, i.e. a reloading feature. What a reloading feature would do is it would reduce the amount of damage output the unit would be able to do per second. And it somewhat balances it in line with all the other units that have to do some type of reloading. And if you don't have to do a reload, usually you don't do very much damage, i.e. Guntank doesn't reload, can overheat, but he doesn't reload, but he's not out there doing 60 damage a hit and things like that with his primary weapon. So, long story short, there's no damage fall off for Exia in Season 2. When comparing the unit's performance to other unit, it was not a unit that was able to do significantly more damage than others in each rate band. We believe that this unit's superiority in this situation is due to its footing, including its step skill, which allows it to easily jump into an enemy territory and escape. Long story short, they're saying Exias were the least amount of units in the game to die. So, like, when they looked over all the data and they're like, who's dying the most? Exia was at the bottom of the list. Maybe that's because Exia was headshotting people from very far away and living. But I digress. G and Beam Saber. Okay. The hit stop has gone from 0.08 seconds to 0.05, which is good. That basically means that he's able to... Exia does this dash thing where he dashes through you and he creates this cross thing and he goes... So that means you will have a faster recovery after you use that. Cooldown, if cancel, will go from 3 to 4. The hit stop during Trans Am was a bit much, so we have adjusted it to be the same as G Sword and G Blade rotating slash. We will increase the risk when canceling it because it can be activated too easily with little risk when canceling it as well. Quick step. So they've increased the cooldown from 9 to 12. I don't think when we watched the exhibition match, I don't think we saw that. I think it was still, I don't know. I don't know. But it's a quick step. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Despite its low hit points compared to other units, it has fewer deaths, partly due to its small size, but also because of its mobility. Thanks to its 3 steps and 2 movement skills, the quick step is a useful skill that can be used for both escaping and joining battles. In its regard, cooldown is extended to limit the number of times it can be used conventionally? Conventionally? Yeah. Did I get that right the first time? I've never seen this word a day in my life. Hold on a second. We're going to be smart. Google, what is this word? Conveniently. I'm so sorry. I've never seen convenience a day in my life. I apologize if it's very new to me. The reduction in the number of boost steps will be carefully considered as it will have a significant impact on fighting units that are characterized by their good mobility. I've never seen convenience a day in my life, so I apologize if I'm not familiar with that word. Marasai. Fading Rifle Blade. Fading Rifle Beam Blade. They shorten the post-motion delay when a sidestep cancel is not used after the beam blade. Shorten the post-motion... No problem, lame guy. I appreciate you too. Hi, Salila. And don't worry, I'm going to throw this up on YouTube when we're done. Shorten the post-motion delay when a sidestep cancel is not used after the beam blade. Anyone translate that for me in chat? Shorten the post-motion delay. That's after it's used. Right? Let's break this down. Shorten the post-motion delay when a sidestep cancel is not used after the beam blade. Post-motion would be after he uses it, because this is his stab. So after he uses it, shorten the post-motion delay. A sidestep cancel is not used after the beam blade. Okay, I think what they're saying is, so a sidestep cancel, I'm assuming that's when you boost out of the way. Right, if you get, yeah, Jeff, I'm thinking the same thing. Where like, I'm assuming this. Before you had to use a certain technique to reduce your delay after using it. And now you don't have to do that anymore. They just made it shorter. They made the post-motion delay shorter. I'm assuming that's what they're getting at. Yeah. Mahiroo. Like a reset, your ability to act again. Yeah, that's what they mean. Post-motion as in your ability to act again. Because when you use it, you get a little, you stop for a second. And so they made it so that you're able to act again a little faster. And they reduced the stop time or stun time of you, you're affected by when you use it. Mahiroo Senpai. The Rendo grenades. Detection range for explosion has gone from 20 to 180. We aim to improve the damage performance of its suppression power in tight spaces by extending the sensing range for detonation. Wait a minute. So did they like... Is that like saying... Do I have any... So is that like saying like... Before... Yeah. The detection range was like this big. And now it's this big. So... Detection range for explosion. I mean, that's very straightforward. Detection range for explosion. So before, like... Before he was throwing rocks... Like, before he's throwing rocks, now he's throwing boulders. That's what they're getting at. Before he was throwing rocks, now he's throwing boulders. Which would mean avoiding Mahiroo's grenades will be very much so harder. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I mean, because here's the thing about Mahiroo. It's like, I don't think they want to give us mobility with the laser. Not the explosion radius itself. Okay. Like its proximity detonation. It's a wider range to know when people are there. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, like... So... You'll get hit. It won't be like max damage, but you'll get hit. Yeah, I'm assuming like you're not going to take the full damage because the if the radius is now 180 and you're at the tip of the radius, then you're not taking the full damage as if it was a head-on hit. You're taking it as if it was like oh wait, and this is the explosion. Oh, so this isn't the projectile. This isn't the grenade. This is the explosion itself. So when it hits something and it detonates, it will have a bigger explosion. Okay, I think, yeah. Based off of what chat's saying and based off of what I'm reading and contemplating, it's, yeah, big booms. Yeah, big booms. Yeah, I don't think they want to do anything to the laser. I.e., the perfect thing that we would like to see is like mobility with the laser. It'd be cool to throw the laser down and move at the same time, which we don't feel like is asking for too much, but like the prone state of using the laser means that our playstyle would have to be very, very far behind where we can always use this laser from a safe distance. I think even if, and hear me out, even if they didn't want to ever give us mobility with the laser, they would just probably extend the laser so we can use it from further away, you know? Yeah, we might need a... Yeah, I would live with that. I would live with a range buff for the laser. That would be nice. I feel like the range is a little short, and I am kind of in danger when I'm using it. And, like, if I have to be that close, it's usually, like, the best times to use it would be in a choke point, like, right around a corner. You know, if I'm going to have to use it in a short distance, it would best to be used when the enemy is at a choke point around the corner and I'm around it and I can, you know, I could make it work. I like Mahiroo a lot, actually. There's a lot of little, really fun little things like animation canceling. You can flip to get to a higher point. Mahiroo has phenomenal boost control on par with a lot of other units that can hover for a very long time. Yeah, Mahiroo has very, very, very good boost control. Zaku II Melee, who has received more nerfs. I'll say that I'll just get to that very quickly. Zaku II Melee has definitely received more nerfs. Although both usage and wide rates dropped slightly after the October 27th adjustment, the impact on matches in Diamond and higher, so our boy in Diamond and higher has been wrecking house, and that makes me happy to see, especially when I did a ranked match once and someone was trying to convince me, oh, no one uses Zaku Melee in this ranking. Well, listen, average player 1, 2, 3 out there stuck in Diamond. Diamond and higher rates continue to be high, so maybe it's just you. And we've determined that adjustments are necessary. The main adjustments will be made to the ability to maintain the front line based on hit points and the ability to reverse the situation with the G maneuver. Right. Long story short, Zaku Melee is that unit who's basically like, if it feels like you're being bullied and you're like, man, they're fucking bullying me, then you just get in there and you just go bully back. So that's what I love about Melee Zaku. I don't think that'll ever change. But what I do like is we got a buff. I see this nerf. So the joke within the community here is they basically took 100 hit points from Melee Zaku and they gave that to Barbatos. They were like, we're going to take this 100 from you, give it to you. Great. All right, now you both have 1,100 hit points. Wonderful. Yeah. Where's he at? Yeah, they both now have 1,100 hit points. Yeah. Long story short, what that means for Zaku Melee, we now know what it feels like. We will now know what it feels like to get one-shotted by a sniper, because in the past, we would get one-shotted by a sniper. Oh, no, we'd get shot by the sniper, and we'd have 100 hit points left. And we'd be like, oh, God, okay. Oh, dear God. That almost took me out. Now we can be taken out. Yeah. Now we can be taken out. But they've increased our armor gained on activation from 500 to 600, which is nice. So we do get 100 hit points back, but we get it back in rage. Here's an adjustment that I'm kind of okay with, the guard tackle. And it's very true what they wrote here. This highly versatile movement ability can be used offensively or to escape. Wholeheartedly, yes. So we will make adjustments to increase the importance of using it in more suitable situations. They just gave it 2 seconds, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with them giving it 2 seconds. They didn't nerf the damage. They didn't nerf the range. They just gave it 2 seconds. That's okay. Fine with that. Heat Hawk rotating slash. Required points to activate from 8,000 to 8,500. Fun fact. There's stuff in here that they didn't show, which also makes me wonder what else they didn't give us. But when we watched the season 2 exhibition match, whenever Zaku Melee built Rage, his axe started to glow in correlation to how much rage he was building. So when he was at max range, ready to pop, his axe was glowing red. When he was at mid-rage, his axe was glowing purple. So I don't see that anywhere in these patch notes. So I don't know how much else they changed, even like visually, that they didn't put in these patch notes. But yeah, he had a whole visual update. Yeah, Puppet. Yeah. He had a whole visual update. From first-person perspective, the only thing we saw was his axe glow. But when we did see him on the enemy team, he was glowing. The tricky part was like when he uses his rage, he glows red. That's just what he does. So it was hard for me to distinguish what he looked like when he had purple rage, when he had mid-rage. So I didn't know if he actually glowed purple. But he did definitely get a visual update for sure. Yeah. The end of the evening of the 29th. This lame guy. Evening of the 29th. Yeah. Everything should be live on the 30th. Matchmaking. So here's the biggest things for a lot of us that play with friends and whatnot. In season 1, there were many problems with matching and rating. Also, that's the end of character adjustments. Now we're going into matchmaking. No problem. Hell yeah. In season 1, there were many problems with matching and ratings, and we've made numerous corrections and updates to the system. We apologize again for any inconveniences it may cause to our players. They're saying that because one of those things is I think you can't do a 5-man anymore. Before we begin to explain adjustments we will be making in season 2, we would first like to give you an update on season 1 matching situation. The average wait time is about 40 seconds during high traffic periods and 3 minutes during low traffic periods. So here's my thing. Is this... Okay, let me give some backstory first. Before we get into this. Let me give some backstory before we get into this. I said it yesterday when we were watching the, and as you guys read over what you see, I said it yesterday when we were watching the event and we were talking about balancing and stuff like that. Now, normally, games like this are usually divided into 2 sections. You have a North American branch, and then you have the home region branch, i.e., I'll give you an example. You would have... hold on, Nano. Nano, hold on. I knew you were typing that out, Nano. I got you, Nano. Hold on. So usually you have two separate teams. One that's managing the home state, the other one that's managing overseas, i.e. America. Right. So in this situation, in this game, you have basically one team managing all regions, right? Now, I said it yesterday, when you look at the player data, you always have to make adjustments based off of where you can get the most data from, right? So, it's not like we're receiving 2 separate clients. We are all playing under the same client. So because we're all playing under the same client, but there's different data depending on the region, they have to go with the most amount of data per region. I.e., what I'm getting at, these are Japan numbers. They have to be Japan numbers. Because when it comes to North America, this isn't our experience. So when it comes to data, when it comes to all that other stuff, this has to be, because they can't make adjustments for North America and other regions without making separate clients, is what I'm getting at. So a lot of these adjustments that are being made based off of the majority of the data that they have. And we can always safely assume that the majority of the data that they have is from their home country of Japan. So when we're looking at this, we also have to keep in mind that this is going off of the majority of data. And like I was saying before, in the past, like you've had games like, I'll give you a great example. You had like Terra. Terra Online was a game where you had the Japanese, I think you had the Korean servers, which were the home servers, and you had the American one. The American one would get updates. Japanese, Korean, or Asian servers got different updates. Sometimes they got different updates based off of censorship. Other times they got updates based off of playstyle, but they always had to look at the numbers and be like, well, our North American players really enjoy these events and our Asian players really enjoy these events. So, they made choices depending on the data. Again, when it comes to this, they're definitely making choices based off of their largest player base, which would have to be the Japanese player base. Thank you, D10 Appreciate you. Thanks for helping me word out some of this stuff. Have a good one, man. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thanks for supporting me on Patreon as well. Greatly appreciate that too. Average wait time was about 40 seconds. Thank you. Thanks, Bees. Also, to be fair, back in the glory days of matchmaking, my average wait time on NA was about 40 seconds. And I'm just going to sit on this for just a moment for context. The average wait time for a match was about 40 seconds during high player traffic time. That was back when we had at least 2,000 and more, 2,000 to maybe 14,000 players at a time. So this was month one, right out of beta. This was the first month right out of beta. Match times were about this fast. So we did experience this for a time. And it says, and about 3 minutes during low traffic periods. This is not the current state for North America. The current state for North America is about anywhere between in low traffic times, and this is going off of what I've read off of the 2 discords that I'm a part of, the 2 Gundam discords that I'm a part of, the Gundam Evolution Reddit, the Gundam Evolution discussion board on Steam. Anywhere from 15 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour is our current wait time on low traffic periods for North America. Now, I can definitely see this being the average wait time on Japan servers in matchmaking. But that's definitely not the North American experience right now. The average, so it says, so that's just me giving context and going in on the average wait time of matchmaking, because I know a lot of us are going to look over this and go, what? What do you mean? That's not what we're getting right now. Like, where are these numbers coming from? I'm strongly again going at this has to either be the first month of the game launch, or this is the current state for Japanese servers, which would be the most amount of data that they can occur to date, because North America, EU, and Asia are being reported to have extremely long queue times at all times. Yeah. The average rate difference between the 2 teams was less than 100 in about 87% of the matches. In approximately 76% of the matches, the party composition of both teams was the same. So that meant there was about, 24% of players were being unevenly matched with other people. Although the overall results shown a certain level of effectiveness, the accuracy of the rate difference and party composition was still insufficient. Based on the data obtained and the feedback we received, we will make the following adjustments to matchmaking and rating system in order to achieve more accurate and fair matching, and to improve the appropriateness of rate fluctuation when winning and losing a match. You're from South America, and I know that feeling. We don't even exist for Bandai. Because of the region... Yeah. Matching. In order to address the fact that there are still many matches with different party compositions, resulting in dissatisfaction with the difference in ratings and party compositions, the following improvements will be made. Revise restrictions on party participation in ranked. Revise restrictions on party participations in rank. Okay, so they're revising the restrictions on party participation in rank. They're adding rules to party they're adding rules to who can party and what ranking you are. Adjustments of logic to make it more difficult for party and solo players to be matched. Gotcha. So it sounds like these reasons are also reasons why matchmaking would take a longer period of time. Because they're trying to match you with people that are around your the same party composition and average rate. By resolving these issues, we improve the accuracy of matchmaking and less differences in party composition, and improve the poor playing experience for solo players who are paired with some party compositions. Right. I think I am like a level 118, and I still get matched with folks that are like level 1. Yeah. And it's a very weird experience to have to be 118, you got a level 30, 118, level 30, level 70, level 1, level 4, level 20. And then the enemy team, you have a level 1, level 50, 70, 50, 80. That's the current experience for a lot of us. Ratings. We have received the following comments regarding rate fluctuations and results of wins and losses. Complaints about the fact that the higher rated players in a team have a smaller rate increase and a larger rate increase than other players. When there is a gap between the ranks of two teams at the time of matching, the amount of rate fluctuation is not satisfactory. Complaints about the amount of rate fluctuation when a player leaves in the middle of a match and loss. I would like the rate fluctuation amount to reflect the content of play in the match. Are they quoting what people wrote? I would like the rate fluctuation amount to reflect the content of play. Who wrote this? It sounds like Japanese structured into English. I would like the rate fluctuation amount to reflect the content of play in the match. Okay. This is basically saying I keep getting matched with people that are higher than I am, and the game's not fun because they have more experience and I'm still gaining my footing. That's basically what that means. The development team is aware of these complaints and issues. We're currently working on modifications for each of them. We apologize that we were unable to resolve all of them at once, but we will be addressing mainly points 1 and 2 in Season 2. They'll be addressing complaints that the fact that the higher rated players in a team have a smaller rate increase and a larger rate decrease than other players. And when there is a gap between the ranks of two teams at the time of matchmaking, the amount of rate fluctuation is not satisfactory. Ratings? The amount of rate fluctuation we receive following ratings. Oh, wait. So are they saying... So what they're saying is, in layman's terms, if you are a team full of bronze and you're fighting a team full of diamond, you don't get enough rating. You don't get enough rating score or points. You don't get enough points when you win to make it feel like you really achieved fighting and beating diamonds. And when you are diamonds fighting against bronze and you win. Oh, when you're diamonds fighting against bronze and you lose a lot. Complaints about the fact that higher rated player, let me just read this in layman terms. Complaints that the higher rated players in teams have a smaller rate increase and a larger rate decrease than other players. And when there is a gap between the ranks of two teams, one team being larger and the other team being lower, the amount of rate fluctuation is not satisfactory. Right. Like, for example, if I win, I get 12, but if I lose 120. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's what they're saying. Yeah. And at the same time, they were saying, this one, number 4, sums it up. I would like the rate fluctuation amount to reflect the contents of the match. So if you got bronze fighting diamonds and the bronze beat the diamonds in a ranked game, the bronze should receive damn near a whole rank, why not? They just beat diamonds. Maybe they should get 2 ranks. They just beat a diamond team, So it may not be to that exaggeration, but what they're saying is I feel like when we're fighting a higher level team, we're not really getting the compensation that we feel like we should be getting. And then when a team loses, they're just like, why am I being punished so harshly? Was that cat? A cat? Why am I being punished so harshly when it's not consistent? Cool. Okay. Adjustments. Revision to the required points for rank and tier promotion. We'll be changing the required rating to go up in each rank and tier. The change in volumes are as followed. Yeah, oh god, yeah, Puppet. At least it's not, yeah. Puppet, that's honestly why I can never cry over ranked, because it's not League of Legends. I can always say, at least it's not League of Legends, you know? Like, this ranking system has to be the easiest ranking system I've ever experienced in my entire existence. You literally, like, the fact that I was just, like, winning matches when I won and I'm skipping up, I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, this is so nice. And then, like, you know, this felt like a treat. To be fair, Gundam Evolution's ranking system, if you've never played League of Legends, I'm going to say this now, I could never cry over Gundam Evolution's ranking system. This thing is like, it's like a dopamine boost every time. Because it's just like, oh, we may go up and down, but it damn sure ain't like League of Legends. League of Legends feels like you're trying to, like, apply for a work visa, do your DMV test, and get an eye exam all in the same day. Like, yeah, V understands. Okay. So rank tier, required rating for promotion, bronze 0, bronze 3, 400. Let me see. Let me go. Okay, no, I thought they were going to give us more. I don't have anything to compare these numbers to, but here are the numbers. I thought it said diplomat. I'm like, diplomat? Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah. Hold on a second. Diamant? Oh, it's French for diamond? Are we getting French? Wait a minute now. So I'm like, wait a minute. Bronze, gold, platinum. I don't think that's how you spell diamond, but then apparently that's how that's the French spelling for diamond. Wait. That's just like, wait a minute now. Oh, okay. Did someone use Google Translate to Gundam Evo? Did y'all use Google Translate to translate this for us? Did y'all use Google Translate to translate? Is that why some of this stuff sounds so wordy? Gundam Evo, did y'all use Google Translate to translate this for us? I'm not getting on you. I'm just curious. I'm just kind of wondering, did y'all use Google Translate? Nothing bad about that. Just maybe, you know, hey, if you're looking for someone who will do some proofreading, I'll happily apply to that job. Reinstating placement matches. Placement matches were put on hold. Oh, wait. Along with these changes, the initial rating for new accounts will also be changed. The initial rating will be determined after placement matches are completed. Okay. Reinstating placement matches. Placement matches were put on hold due to issues in Season 1, but will be restated now that those issues have been addressed. In the new season, players joining ranked matches will first participate in 5 placement matches. Their rank and tier will be determined after the 5 placement matches, and they also gain access to season rewards. Season ratings reset. We will be resetting ratings for all players in Season 1 moving to Season 2. The following are temporary ranks for initial purposes at the start of Season 2's reset, and your official rank will be determined after your placements. Based on the results of placement matches, you may end at higher or lower temporary rank. So, this is Season 1, and this is after the reset.
to mankind.
Hey, what's up, Testy? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Here's a flex. Get through the day. Help you get through the day. Season 1 and after the reset. Okay. Platinum. Wait. I'm looking for diamond. Is it diamant? It is. It's diamant again. All right. For those that don't know, diamant is actually diamond in French. Just giving you a heads up. It's French for diamond. We're getting French in this season. Okay. So there we go. So in season 1, if you hit master or new type, you'll go to diamant 4. Okay. New modifier for initial rating change in ranked match. Yeah, you are officially diamant. That's right. Yes, you are officially diamant. New modifier for initial rating change in ranked matches. In order to help newcomers to ranked matches quickly reach the appropriate rate range, a special correction will be applied at the first 50 rounds of ranked matches to increase the amount of rate fluctuation. This correction will not be applied to players who are diamond or higher. This correction will be applied to players who have been playing since season 1 but have participated in less than 50 ranked matches. Also, matches during the placement match will be counted as the first 50 matches. Right? What did we just read? In order to help newcomers to ranked matches quickly reach the appropriate rate range. In order to help newcomers to ranked matches quickly reach the appropriate rank, a special correction will be applied to the first 50 rounds of ranked matches to increase the amount of rate fluctuation. Rate fluctuation, the points you receive after a match. This correction will not be applied to players who are diamond or... They're helping new players earn more points or rank up faster. This correction will be applied to players who have been playing since season 1 but have participated in less than 15 ranked matches. Yes. Yes, Jeff. Because it says this correction will not be applied to players who are diamond or higher. And it says, in order to help newcomers to ranked matches quickly reach the appropriate rate range, i.e., this was the rate range that they talked about up here. A special condition will be applied to the first 50 rounds of ranked matches to increase the amount of rank fluctuation. I guess you're gonna have to sit here and count, or look at your rating counter in player profile, and then figure out, are the numbers changing after you hit rank match 51. Also, matches during the placement match will be counted as the first 50 matches. Okay, so this. Okay, that says what that says. Party restrictions. The difference between the highest and lowest rated in the party is over 100 points. I'm sorry, 1,000 points. Parties of 5 members. No more 5 stacks. There's a diamond or higher player in parties of 4 or more. So no more 5 stacks. And you can't invite your diamond friend and your party of 4 or more. No more 5 stacks. If the difference between the highest and lowest rated in the party is over 1,000, and there is a diamond or higher in a party of 4. I guess since there's no more 5 stacks, all you can do now is have a party of 4. But you can't have a diamond in there. We will explain. Okay. We believe that there's too much of a gap between the rate of different parties. Different parties can easily reduce the validity of a match and detract from the experience of playing with each other's teams. So we reviewed the appropriate rate difference in changing the values required for ranked and tier advancement, and have set it so that it's 1,000. Approximately 1 rank difference. So like, what, if everyone's diamond 3, everyone has to be what, diamond 3 in order to play? You can't have a new type with a diamond. You can't have a silver with a bronze. You can't have like what, a silver 1 with a bronze 2. When a party of five plays together, the 6th person is soloing, and it makes it difficult to coordinate with other team member, often making it hard to contribute, and often leads to a bad gameplay experience when compared to other situations. Yeah, no more Smurf carrying. We have also received much feedback from you regarding this. In Season 1, the system was designed to minimize the number of matches between solo players and parties. With that, only about 12% of matches placing a solo player in a party, we decided to make this the overall change. Yeah. So it looks like the new thing will be a 4 stack with a duo. Yeah. Looks like a 4 stack with a duo is what they want to go for versus a 5-man with a solo. Which, I mean, that sounds good. That's a good idea. Does it mean you can still 6 stack? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever take that out. I know in League of Legends, they, like, changed the ranking system. So, like, what I think the highest we can do is a 3-man and a duo. You can do solo, duo, and 3-man. I think so, yeah. You could do solo, duo, and 3-man. But then I think they changed it at one point where there was one of the things you couldn't do. But in here, yeah, they didn't say anything about 6 stacks, but in that 6 stack, I think that's where the gap comes in. So, you know what? It would have to be like one or the other. Like, you all would have to be at a high level to 6 stack, or you would all have to make Smurf accounts and be like, hey, let's do a 6 stack and we'll all play on our Smurf accounts. So that whenever you are playing as a 6 stack, you're all using, damn, this game's asking you to make, I'm thinking about it, like, damn, this game's kind of like asking to make new, they're not asking you to make separate accounts, but like there is a big benefit in making a separate account. You know, like if your friend just gets into the game and you want to do ranked with your friend, obviously you're going to need a whole brand new account to do that. Parties including players in high rank range had to be treated in a special way because it was difficult to evade their strengths in the same way as other parties. As a result, it has been difficult to match players with acceptable opponents while maintaining realistic waiting times. And after careful consideration, we have decided to impose these restrictions. Okay. I do think that it might be, I think this might, I'd like to see how this works, but I do believe our queue times might be a little longer now that these restrictions will be in place. Yeah, it sounds like solo queuing ranked might still be the way to go. Yeah, and you'll never get matched up with a squad. So now you'll never get matched up with a squad because parties of 4 are the max, and then duos are going to be matched with those parties of 4. So that's instant slotting right there. Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you on that one, Jeff. I agree. Yeah. We're very sorry that these restrictions will limit your freedom of play, and we ask that you understand in this matter. We will continue to monitor development in this game, including feedback from our players with regards to party restrictions and ranked matches. Revision to rate change for victory and destroy. We revised the amount of points gained or lost for victories and defeats. You should see the following cases more as you play. The amount of points gained or lost will be smaller compared to Season 1. The difference in the amount of rating points gained or lost from each other team member has also been reduced. The amount of changes will take into consideration the amount change will take into consideration the rating difference between the two teams in matchmaking. In a disadvantage matchup, if the match is won, the points gained will be significantly boosted upon defeat. The points will be and upon defeat, the points lost will be reduced. So we said that earlier about if a team of bronze beats a team of diamonds, the team of bronze will get more. And if the team of diamonds lose, they won't lose as much now. Dark Mirage, not right now. For Masters and up, the amount of points gained loss gets incrementally smaller the higher the rating. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, nice job, Dark Mirage. You won. All right, good job. All right. Not gonna question it. Okay. All right. From Masters and up, the amount of points gained and lost gets incrementally smaller the higher the rating. So it will take you longer to grind out your victories. Revision to party matchmaking logic. The party matchmaking logic has been updated to reduce the gap between party composition of both teams, adjusted the matching logic for casual matches. When matching casual, we have adjusted the matchmaking logic so that players with similar play skill will be matched. In closing, we talked about the improvements made to the matchmaking and rating systems, and we will continue to monitor ranked matches in Season 2. Further changes and updates will be made after analyzing in-game data and feedback from you. If you can into any issues or frustrations played ranked matches in Season 2. What? Do not hesitate to contact us and let us know. There we are. These patch notes. All right. There we go. If you missed anything, I'm going to upload this on YouTube. I look forward to... Yeah, it's a free game. It's a free game. It is a free game. It's a free game. I've been Cyber. You've all been amazing. I'll see you a little later for some Dark Tide. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your love. Thanks for all your subs. And thanks for just hanging out. I've been Cyber. You've all been amazing. I'll see you in a bit with some more Gundam Evolution a little later. And like I said, some Dark Tide. Thanks for hanging out. It's a free game. Also, in closing, there was no talk about earning any capital at the end of the match. There was no talk of earning any currencies whatsoever after the end of anything. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.